compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Monday, they'll head home to take on the Utah Jazz. Then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for their matchup with Orlando, it's going to be their 7th outing on the year. You feel the team will continue to round into form.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. At one forward, Thompson. At the other forward, Washington. The star backcourt, Doncic and Irving are the guard set. And it's Gafford in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Washington kicks to Doncic. Now this season, Clark, is still very, very young. How much do you take away from these first handful of games of a season?
I think you take away quite a bit as a whole organization. You know, the front office execs are already thinking about how the team can do better, where they might be able to make moves to improve the squad, as are the coaches. So I think these games are important and valuable.
Randall from outside. It's hauled in by Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Well, in that one, you could pretty much see the writing on the wall. Their performance was lackluster at best.
Yeah, they looked distracted, far off, distant. I mean, it seemed like their heart wasn't in it to try to win that game.
Edwards can't hit. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And really, Clark, Luka Doncic is a one-man wrecking crew on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's special. His IQ, his size, the way he can make shots against tough defense. He's got the lean back. He's got the crafty moves. And I think he's a lot stronger and a little more athletic than people give him credit for being. I mean, without a doubt, he's one of the most unique and best players that we've seen in the game.
Shot by McDaniels, no good. Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Doncic, cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Luka very intentional in what he's doing here. He understands he's going to get hit, but he's seeking out that contact and playing right through it.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks, guys. Well, after their three-point shooting abandoned them in the finals, the Mavericks have addressed that shortcoming in a major way, acquiring one of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. Klay is eager for a fresh start and an opportunity, I'm told, to add another ring to his championship resume. This should be a match made in heaven.
Without a doubt. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. First one falls for him. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Here is Conley after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Conley against Doncic. And there it is for him.
And how about that move? Conley adjusting around the contact to get the finish.
Pass to Washington. On the wing, Thompson. Defended by DiVincenzo. And Doncic gets it to go.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Gobert with a screen on Irving. For three, Edwards. It's blocked.
Nice D by Lively there. He can block shots both at the rim and out away from the basket. You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Irving against Edwards. 12 seconds left to play here in the first. Clock at 6. For three. Hands it from downtown.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Mavericks. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Derek Lively. Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Marshall in at the 4. Connects from three-point range.
Right there, Daniels is saying, you got to come get me if you want to stop me.
Pass to Marshall. Dinwiddie outside. Irving against Edwards. Irving can't hit. The Timberwolves trail. And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his third season. With Edwards, the chance is there, if he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now, here's Reed. You saw him with 10 points last game. Strong move inside by Edwards.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guy. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gobert's checked in. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Dallas. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Now, here's Dinwiddie, defended by Alexander Walker. Edwards against Irving. And no good. Great D that time from Edwards. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Reed. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's tightly guarded. Puts up a deep three. And they get it back. Back to Reed. Shot clock at 5. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Shot's good by Alexander Walker. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I would say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game.
You can tell Lively knows his position well, knows how to be efficient as the roll man.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Julius Randle's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Mike Conley subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Now here's Edwards. He has 5. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And this is the right play by Conley, sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass. He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
To the middle. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Conley. He's got 6. Here's Randall. And that one, good. Randall's got the lead up to 6 now for Minnesota.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Washington finds Thompson. Chalk up 2 there. Thompson's got 6.
And known as a shooter, Thompson's size allows him to score inside as well.
For 3, Edwards. Rebounded by Gafford. Thompson surveying the floor. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Minnesota on top, ending the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And a chance now to send it over. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
You look at the Timberwolves, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. And turning our attention back to that first half of action, guys, Anthony Edwards was in complete control.
Putting up points, not shy looking for his shot, man. And he's been carrying the load offensively.
Yes, he understands his role and what he needs to do to keep this team successful.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Thompson inside the line. And it's Thompson again missing.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Edwards dishes to Randle. And the rejection by Gafford. Here's Irving. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one. Second half rolling along now, about a minute played here. Conley the pass to Gobert. Now here's Edwards. Shoots, and it's good off the back rim and in. Edwards got the lead back up to 7 now for the Timberwolves. Mavericks shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And Gobert kicks to Edwards. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And he can't get the first one. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Doncic outside. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Irving can't hit.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Oh, the lob to Gobert. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
One of the best lob partners in the business, Rudy Gobert.
Doncic passes to Irving. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Gafford throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Back to Conley. McDaniels finds Conley. McDaniels with the ball. Off target with his three. There's 57 seconds left to play in the third. Thompson gets it inside.
Important point there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Outside Edwards. Outside for Randall. For the three. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Thompson. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Now just a 2-point Minnesota lead.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Randall outside. Back to Conley. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Conley's got 8 points.
Conley, so crafty with that left hand of his. The veteran knows his way around the hoop.
Doncic outside. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Michael Conley picks one up. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that.
And he makes the first. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. All free throws good from Doncic. 7 seconds left to play here in the third. For 3, Edwards. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Timberwolves lead by 2. And do not go away as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Dallas, Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Irving, and it's Marshall in at the small forward position. Here's Alexander Walker. Dinwiddie covering. And the wide open shot from Reed. Traps in the tray. Reeves got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Irving against Edwards. To the inside. And finished off by Lively.
Climbing the ladder, going upstairs. Lively. He doesn't have to go far to flush it.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Joe Ingles. Daniels, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Conley in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then for the Mavericks, Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Thompson comes in for Marshall. And Doncic is subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, he emphasized it's anybody's game right now. He told his guys to focus on finishing the task at hand and not to get distracted. He wants them to go out there and play with authority. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Look, we all know Rudy Gobert is a force on defense, but you can't afford to ever ignore this guy. I mean, he's got the physical gifts to make problems anywhere on the floor.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw.
But making it a 2-possession game was what was important on that trip to the line.
Here's Doncic. Randle with the block.
Well, you can't go up weak against Randle, otherwise he's going to block.
Irving against Edwards. Conley kicks to McDaniel. They get it back. And finished off by Gobert.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
And a deep three from Doncic. Oh, Doncic from way outside.
Wow. I don't know if anything's out of Doncic's range.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Randle. Shoots over Washington. And he can't bank that one in. Mavericks trail by 3. Irving for 3. Julius Randle with the rebound.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Edwards drawing the double team. Edwards with a tough shot.
And the more experience Edwards gets, the better he'll become, especially when he's stepping up and hitting the big shots.
Doncic kicks to Washington. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Washington's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Pressure gets to some people, bothers them, but not Washington. Tremendous concentration in that big moment.
Edwards. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
For this screen on Edwards. Pass to Doncic. A jump hook. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And here's Edwards from the arc. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Well, that's an extremely hard shot to defend if Edwards can master the pull-up. Watch out now. It would be a real weapon for him.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
It's time for this.
Thirteen feet away. Thompson misses. Now here's Randall. Outside Conley. From deep. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. And now it's a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Gobert against Gafford. Gobert with a screen for McDaniel. Off target from three-point range. And so the Timberwolves take the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Julius. Now look, you're banging in the paint, but what do you see from your backcourt?
They do a great job of, they obviously can score the ball, but getting us into things and running the offense very well and leading the team that way.
Well, they led you